Well, hello, hello, friends. I am loving all the comments that I'm looking here, and it's okay, Joyce. Stamping with Law, we're not going to tell anybody that you're at work. You just, listen quietly. Here, and I am so excited to go through this gorgeous issue. I love doing a walkthrough. I feel a little bit sorry for my team today, though, because I have all their artwork and their issues. So our entire team pretty much does not have the issue and does not have their artwork because I kept all their boxes so that I could show some of it. It's one thing to show it in print. It's kind of another thing when I get to show it to you live. So this is exciting. We are on the eve of International, Scrapbook Day. So exciting. Huge thank you to our friends at CK Magazine for so many years ago that started National Scrapbook Day, which, we've turned it into kind of International Scrapbook Day because, of course, we're international from the U.S. So what is INSD? Yes. So, Joan, it's International Scrapbook Day. So super. Oh, Simon Hurley is here. That's so fun. Wow. And I was just texting with Gina Kay, and she said, I'm sorry I'm out to dinner tonight, heading to dinner now, but I'm going to watch you in my ear right before I go to bed. And I said to her, nope, have a glass of wine. That's okay. But anyway, so she said, she was going to tune in later. So it's so exciting. This is issue 75, friends. And I get to stand here so crazy proud of the team that has put this issue together, the teams that came before this team, design team members, editors, art directors. But it was amazing how I received 3 emails over the last couple of days that said, I think this was our finest issue yet. And I love that it's issue 75. As you can see, I've got some sparkly, I've got some glitter here. I had to put the 75 up there. And it was funny, the last time we used those letters, I actually had to go out and buy the 7 because it was when we did our 50th in-person event. We had the 50s, which then a couple months later, I turned 50. So at my 50th birthday party, you know that I reused those numbers. So Libby's here, Jen Shirkus is here. It's so great, Dorina Denton. I love that you're here. Gloria from Bolivia is here. Really so nice. Natalie, I love that so much of our team had a chance to tune in today. That's exciting because I am so excited to share their work. So I also see Jen is on, Megan is on. So if there's questions, Megan can answer them. Yes, I know my whole team is like, we can't wait to see this issue, Catherine, because they maybe didn't even, Kathy Z's here. They probably didn't even go online yet to look at it, which they could have. So I want to dive right in. Before I do that, I want to say a very heartfelt thank you. Thank you if you're watching this live with me now, if you're watching this on replay. One, thank you for tuning in today. It really is such a special job that I get to do this. I feel like I kind of come in at the end and I get to release it all, but really I'm doing this on behalf of the whole team because if I could have them all here, I absolutely would. But I want to say a big thank you to this crafting community. It's been, the world has been strange. We're going to leave it at that. It's been a little strange. But this is a place we come together. This is a place where hopefully if you have the magazine, you're having a nice read, you get to just escape the world, escape the news cycle, and you get to just sit and read and be inspired by what our incredible team has done. I sent them an email all this morning saying, truly is one of our greatest issues. So let me dive right in and let's go through this. And I'm so excited to share some artwork with you. So Douglas, if you can go on down, we're going to share this beautiful cover. There we go. Maybe I will tighten it up a little bit. I'll come in a little bit. There we go. So gorgeous, gorgeous cover. And this cover, just beautiful. We do 3 and we show all 3. I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but Inessa Persekian, this is just such a beautiful layout. And then of course, so we're going to show this one. And, again, on camera, we try to get those colors. We try, we did good. I mean, it's pretty vibrant, but there's just nothing like seeing it in real life. So Betsy, you got your magazine today. That's good. Yep. You've got the weekend to look at it. And Douglas Andrea saying hello. Hello. So We also have this gorgeous, and again, it's so hard to choose, friends, because look at what we had to choose from. All three are stunning. So what we do is we give the photograph, we choose the photograph, we choose the title, we give that to 3 different designers. This is from Allison Davis on our team, and I just want you to look at all that stitching. Look at that gorgeous stitching. Isn't that beautiful? And then Nicole Martel, who has, gosh, you've seen her a lot in our issues, and we just wanted to, we wanted to give her this cover opportunity, and it was stunning. All 3 of them stunning. And what we do is I shoot them all, friends. I shoot them all, and then we go with what the camera sees. And oftentimes it's not the one we've chosen, but it is the one, the one that it just speaks to us. So anyways, Anessa, thank you. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover. Beautiful. So let's dive in. Yes, they are all wonderful layouts. Oh, Simon's flipping through with me. That's awesome, Simon. I love it. All right. So, one of the things we love the most in the issues beyond what our team has produced and what our contributors produce are the ads. They're beautiful, and they're almost like inspiration right inside the ad. So we've got simple stories here. This is their tea garden albums. Something tells me maybe Andrea did that album, maybe Becky did that album, Jana might have done that album, but it looks like it's beautiful inside. Spellbinders, always something bright and colorful, and always showcasing their newest collections. I love that. Love this ad from Gina K, which is, what kind of ink should I use for my project? And she goes through all the different inks and when to use them and why. And I think that's amazing. Amazing that she does that. Pink and Maine, who doesn't want to just jump right into that beautiful, beautiful window that's gorgeous. So, and what is, wonderful way to start retirement, Cynthia. Yay, Cynthia, retirement's good. It's good. Pink Fresh, gorgeous, gorgeous florals, gorgeous washi. I mean, I love that they do washi with dyes. That is so innovative, and they've done that now, I'm going to say 6 or 7 years maybe, and love, love, love that. Here's always a great place to start too in this issue. We always break it down into certain sections: noteworthy, the essentials, the 3 T's, and the 3 I's. So noteworthy, it's our covers from the editor, extra, extra, our store directory. So just, kind of what you need to know. The essentials are some of our favorite products. The 3 T's, tips, tricks, and techniques. Again, this is a more technique-based section. And then the 3 I's is ideas, insights, and inspiration. And, we've pretty much broken down the magazine this way since 2008. And I often think, should we change it? But I always remember reading Real Simple and Martha Stewart, and I loved going to the departments that I loved immediately. So I'm not one to say we need to change all this, but it also gives us an opportunity also to show some of the beautiful artwork. So you're going to see this layout a little bit later. So again, takes 2 and 3. So just a little bit of our housekeeping here, who we are, who's on the team, and then of course our 2 covers. And then we land right into Susan's letter. And I always love reading what Susan has to say. So she said, I must admit, spring and summer makes me want to get in the car and go. I have so many wonderful memories of road trips and from yearly trips to Tennessee. I love that she always puts a little bit of heart and personality into this letter. And then she kind of, she's welcoming our new design team and then talking about a few of the articles that you should look at in the issue. So love that. And as she says, and probably what I'll say in the next half hour, I've gone off on enough now, haven't I? It's time to explore yet another amazing issue. But I did love this card, friends. I mean, it almost looks like what Susan would have looked like as a young girl, and I love it so much. It is so cute. And I actually love this from Trinity Stamps. Let's catch up soon. And how nice to receive a card. But even the little tool that's under the skirt, it is just so cute. So it is adorable. Extra, extra, friends, this is where you're going to join us for International Scrapbook Day. We've already put out our fall winter call for projects, so you can see that there. We've got a brand new design class that started today, so that's exciting. Where you can connect with us, and then all of our upcoming events. So I know, the other one we haven't put in here is our holiday one. So our holiday event is coming up, and registration will open in early June for that. And then you're also going to want to look for these, friends. Okay, you're going to want to look for these. So free cut files and more. So if you see that little icon, it means that you can download something. Free video tutorials are here. So if you see the camera, it's tutorials. So, all right. Yes, Susan is always on point with the fashion, isn't she? So Hero Arts, I loved this birthday collection. Like maybe, maybe they did it for us. Maybe they, are celebrating our 75th issue. And we just celebrated, of course, last month, our 19th birthday. So that's exciting. And see these beautiful party fans, you're going to see those on a card a little bit later. So Tailored Expressions, always something to find with Taylor. I was watching her Lunch and Learn this week, and the amount of products that they have, one for organization, two, they've got a brand new little stand for their ink. They've got brushes. Taylor they do it all so well. So if you didn't tune into our Lunch and Learn, if you go on our website under classes, you'll see a link there. So, and then we're going to start right into the essentials. So this is kind of our department, the essentials. This is where we love to show off product. And I had to keep this to show you. So this beautiful project from Virginia Nabel is featuring the Toddler Time by 49 and Market, and then the Summertime and Beach Vacation dies from scrapbook.com. So when Virginia said she wanted to work with Toddler Time and make it beach themed, you can imagine we raised an eyebrow a little bit. Oh, there's Gina. Hey, Gina. We raised an eyebrow a little, but Virginia is so good. She is so clever in what she does. And she just made this gorgeous project. So it's like a beautiful little frame, something that you can put in your studio. So I love it, Virginia. It's beautiful. And then here's where we go into some of our favorite items right now. So we've got the Shimmer Relief Paste by Altenew, 4 new ink colors from Gina K. Love these. So we've got Blue Sky, Butterscotch, Emerald Coast, and Sun-Kissed Coral. So those are beautiful. And Gina created a few cards and shared those with us. Butterfly Kisses from Doodlebug Design, which you're going to see a little bit more later, and you're going to see tomorrow. Mercantile by Cartabella, Summer Break by Echo Park. This brand new tower for from Olo Markers to store your markers in. Absolutely gorgeous. Brand new cardstock from Spellbinders. If you have not checked that out, it is amazing. And then, of course, Fur Baby Dog and Fur Baby Cat by Simple Stories. And I love these dog and cat lines. They've done these really, really well. So that's fun. Next, we go into Designer Challenge. And this is great because we give, with Designer, and it's one of these articles that has stayed pretty much with the magazine. I think we took it away for a year or two, and then so many people asked for it back. So many readers that we actually put it back. So what we do is we give 3 designers papers, and some sort of embellishments, which are all, randomly selected. Paige Evans does a great job with this. And she selects just things, well, I shouldn't say random. They do kind of match, but they're not all from the same collection. So that's kind of fun. So Carla Dower, Brianna Estrella, and Marcia DeNix, they actually worked with the exact same products. And look at this, all very different, which I love. And I kept this one here by Marcia to share. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the dimension in the butterfly she's got here. Her title work is gorgeous. So much dimension and layers in this. And here's the great news, friends. Look at right beside it. There is one of those little video icons. So you can actually go and download a process video and see the behind the scenes on how this layout came together. So really beautifully done. But again, all the same product, 3 different looks entirely. So love when our designers do that. Moving on, if you don't know about our Let's Stamp Together subscription or our Let's Create Together subscription, so one for our card makers, one for our paper crafters. We've got 2 incredible, and I know Let's Create Together pre-orders just opened for the next few kits. So if you are interested in our layout kits, then you're going to want to jump in there online. You'll see. So. Product play, this is where we focus on, different things, new innovations. And this one was coordinating stamp, die, and stencil combinations. So I love Kathy's card, which, sorry, Kathy, this is why you don't have it because I kept it. But isn't that beautiful? Featuring Altenew designs. Just gorgeous. And then Mindy's, I had to keep yours too. Sorry, Mindy. I loved this card so much. So this is beautiful. And you can also check out how Mindy made this. This is a Gina K kit. And you can find out how Mindy made that by, of course, clicking on this URL right in there. And then Jen Shirkus created this, but I did send her card back, with her issue. And she created this gorgeous card with Lawn Fawn, with a Lawn Fawn kit. So you make my heart sing. Love it so much. Brutus Monroe, happy to see you. Love this. So this is just a great Easter collection. And if you look at Christopher's ads always, he, or even his studio, if you join his lives, that studio behind him is always done to perfection. And it's always changing. I love it. So, all right, Honeybee. Beautiful, beautiful. And I know they just came out with a new collection. I think it was last night it released, or maybe it was Wednesday night it released. Cottage, oh gosh, I caught the name of it really quickly. Cottage something. It was beautiful, but always love to see what Honeybee has in store for us. And a free gift with a purchase of 100 or more. So make sure you read also these little things in their ads, because there's often little calls to action in there, which usually is good for you. So heading into 3Ts now, tips, tricks, and techniques. And this was an article I really championed. And it's, do you have 30 minutes? Do you have 60 minutes? Or do you have 90 minutes? And so if you've got 30 minutes, Virginia has shown you how to make a beautiful layout here. If you've got 30 minutes, of course, Becky has this amazing layout. And again, another process video, so you can see how this came together. And I saw some comments already on this video, and readers are loving it. So get a chance to look at that. Of course, Megan, I just had to keep this one because hello, Canada. And this is if you got 60 minutes. And I love the detail here. In each, Meg has taken all these bits of paper, put that through an embossing folder. So look at the detail. Go higher. All right, I'll go higher. See the gorgeous detail in there? It's beautiful. So, and again, this great photo of when they came to Canada last summer, visited with us, and went to Casa Loma in the city. So really beautiful, Meg. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I also kept this one too, because, when you see a really good, dog or cat layout, you just got to share it. So love this one that Andrea Lake created. And look at even just the detail in each of these squares. It looks like a grid, and then you look closely how she's offset things, the little bit of gold thread here. I mean, it's just those tiny little details and touches which just take it over the top. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Paige Evans, beautiful. And of course, each one of these rows is stitched, right? Of course they are, because that's Paige. That's Paige. And then talking about more stitching, this gorgeous layout from Natalie D'Souza. Isn't that gorgeous? And what I love about this one, and stay with me here, all the beautiful color, but then juxtaposed with the beautiful black and white. This so vivid, and this here, almost vintage, and yet look at how it all works together. It's gorgeous. And I don't know if we can see all that stitching. Look at all the stitching in that beautiful heart. So absolutely gorgeous, Natalie. Had to keep it to share. So, all right, we're moving right along. One more, because, this little dude was the cutest. He was the cutest, although I think there we go. To do a little fix here, guys. Sorry. Okay, there. Look at this. Look at that beautiful layout. And that one is by Carla Dower. And look at her little guy. Is he not the cutest? So again, this is if you've got 90 minutes, you got time to do more layers, more stitching. Look at, she's got several layers here. Absolutely beautiful. Love it, Carla. Love it. And Simon Hurley, look at you and your solar sprays. I love them, and I've been loving the videos you've been sharing. If you've not checked out Simon Hurley's YouTube channel or checked him out on Instagram, on TikTok, Simon's everywhere. Simon is everywhere. But I love these brand new solar sprays, and you're going to love how easy they are to use. So really just gorgeous. Well done, Simon. 49 and Market, this brand new little celebrations, little dreamers collection. I love that. And of course, the big news is Vicki Boutin just released her brand new collection with her first collection with 49 and Market. And if you don't get it quick, I think it's selling out everywhere. So 49 and Market, well done. That is an amazing collaboration with Vicki. Love it so much. Creating with sketches, Allison Davis, you are just a master at sketches, and we love, love, love working with Allison and her amazing sketches. So this, we did a call out for a single page sketch, and we love how Karis actually turned this into a double page. So really, we love when you take a sketch, you twist it, you turn it, you flip it, and you make magic with it, as Karis did in this one. And then I had to show, I love this one that Wendy Sue Anderson created. Let's see, will I get it all in? I think I got it pretty much all in, eh, Douglas? Yeah, there you go. But look how fun that layout is. I love these on the side. So much movement in, you know, all the layers that are tucked into here. Truly a gorgeous layout, Wendy Sue. You are the queen of the double page layouts. You truly are. So thank you. That is gorgeous. And then Meg, although I did keep this layout too, I thought, you know, I can't show them all, but really loved your color choices here. The blue with the corals, absolutely gorgeous. And again, it's the black and white along with the color. And I love how that each one stands out so beautifully. And then of course the movement. Megan has also done a great process video, so you can see exactly how to make that. So Allison, thank you for these sketches. But friends, also look for this. Get more out of the sketches. Allison goes into such detail about what you can do with each sketch and how you can change them up. How many photos, if you have 2 photos, 3 photos, 5 photos, really amazing ideas. And then of course, a whole lot more bonus sketches as well. And stay tuned. If you saw the blog today, there is a sketch challenge for International Scrapbook Day. So you're going to want to check that out. And then we had 2 amazing cards for Mitchell Cohen. Look at how gorgeous they are following this sketch here. Love how he flipped it. Love how this one kind of interpreted exactly, and this one he interpreted a little different. So amazing. Olo markers, if you don't have some, you need some. That's just my PSA for today. If you don't have Olos, you need Olos because they are amazing. And if you're in our fall event, fall card event, the bonus day event, you're going to get some Olos. So that's exciting. Common thread. Welcome back to our common thread column. I love this. Susan says, here we challenge 3 designers to share their take on one common thing. And the common thread was flowers. We wanted manual dies, stamps, and an embossing folder. So we did get all of that. So love this. This is kind of all of them, floral manual dies. So look how gorgeous that card is by Enza Gador. And if you remember Enza's name, she used to do a lot of layouts and has now creating some gorgeous cards. Isn't that beautiful? Justin Atkins, love this, love this. And this again was done with a floral stamp, which he's colored in. Love the background, love that. And then of course, Marisha Dean. If you know Marisha's work, it's just always so bold and colorful and we love it. And this was done with an embossing folder. So again, some florals, but she used an embossing folder to do that. So the common thread here was florals, but just done differently. And of course, it's a spring summer issue. So who doesn't love the florals? So, all right. Am I missing any questions? Am I missing anything? Yep. You're loving them. Loving it just like I am. And Gina, you need to be having dinner with Alicia. Come on. All right, Design 101, we always love this article because what we do is we ask a designer really just to create a layout they love, but tell us why it works. So it really is amazing. You know, this one where Susan says called out, you know, repeat certain elements, change your photos to black and white, divide your page into sections. So there is so much education that happens in this article. And exactly, you know, we often look at a layout and we say, it's beautiful. But then you ask yourself, why? Why did that work? Well, Design 101 tells you exactly why those layouts work. And I wanted to keep this one from Allison Davis. You know, absolutely beautiful. And what Susan's called out in this is build clusters with intention. So here, make color work to your advantage. I mean, here's just, you know, a beautiful Roy G. Biv rainbow in rainbow order. Add texture and dimension. Well, if you know Allison, she always loves to add some texture. So that is just beautiful how she's hand stitched. You know, I always turn their layouts over because I love to look at the back as well. That is a lot of hand stitching, but absolutely beautiful. So And then we had a card from Joan Bardy, which I did send back, Joan. I did send back. I'd like to give the contributors, I want them to have the issue in their hands. Our team, it's always the ones you love the most that wait. So, but I loved this, Joan. I loved the color place. In fact, I almost didn't send it back. I was almost like, oh, that card, Joan? I'm not sure what happened to that card. Anyways, but again, copy yourself. A repeated element is beautiful. Stretch your supplies, use smaller dies. The details matter in this. And so I love that Susan and Joan have gone through and told you exactly why this works. It's beautiful. And then this card by Bobby Lemansky as well. I mean, look how sweet that is, right? So love that. And now we get to the halfway mark. And scrapbook.com has been in the center spread of the magazine for many years. And we always, always love to see what they've got that's new. So in the new, they're supporting some new brands here. And then, of course, they have some of their new exclusives. So some new stamps, some double-sided adhesive black foam, which is great. New shimmer flakes, nested dies, pattern papers, a caddy. They're amazing. Creative memories. We can all put up our hands if that's where we started. I think many of us would put up our hands and say, yep, I went for the tea and a piece of cake. And here they are. And how many of us have albums? They're kind of one of our favorite albums, our Creative Memories albums. So love that they are still very much a part of our industry, and love that that we get to work with them. They're amazing. So, and now we're heading into 3 Eyes. And this article was all about, we asked our team to share their favorite memories. And whether it be one photo, multiple photos, but really, what was your favorite memory? So Susan, she tasked our team and some contributors with that. Natalie D'Souza, it was about, a treasured family portrait from 20 years ago. And sometimes don't we forget to go back to those really important photos that we loved, and maybe you've scrapbooked them in a series of photos, but sometimes maybe it's fun to go back and just take it by itself and give it its own layout for a hero photo like that. So, and I actually loved seeing Natalie 20 years ago, and kids so little. It was beautiful. How many of us have watched our team's kids, grow up actually in the magazine? So fun. Jessica Quinn, this was about the great outdoors. It was a great family camping trip. Love this. This was, love that Brianna did this layout. Look how pretty that is. And it was about when they first moved back to California and their first summer back in California. So again, the details, the layers here, the fussy cutting, I mean, just truly beautiful. The mixed media, I don't know if that's a little harder to see, but all of the mixed media that she's put on the background just to fill in some of that white space. And she's just balanced it perfectly. So Brianna, that is gorgeous. Gloria Parra, I had to keep yours. Gloria, our friend from Bolivia, and she always does a Mother's Day photo shoot. And I have loved seeing these and love that she shared that in this issue. So absolutely beautiful. Allie Skifton, gorgeous layout, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love that so much. And this was about a memorable, her traveling memorable find in Charleston. So really fun. Becky Adams, again, another process video here, and it was a trip to the Bahamas, which she loved. Jess, it was bringing home a beloved pet. So sweet. So this is River, and their new pet. So sweet. And I love how she's documented that. Beautiful. And then, of course, with Marcia DeNix here, it was a new baby. Just beautiful, right? Just what a beautiful photo, and love that it's just, you just need one here to get that story. So love it. And then Karen Kidwell, I know I sent yours back to you. I did want to keep it, but again, and this was a birthday celebration, milestone birthday celebration. So I love that everybody just took, a memory that was important to them and then created a story and a layout about that. So love it so much. Stamps of Life, look how cute these guys are. Oh my gosh, love it so much. So Stamps of Life always has a lot going on, a lot of different kits and clubs and, special prices. Stephanie does an amazing job. We love them. And you can scan, they've got a QR code right there. Lawn Fawn, always so fun. Their latest release was amazing as always. And we love it. Okay, and now we are going to get into creative cards. So, and I kept all the cards so you could see them. So we asked them, our focus this time was bold, bright, and beautiful. And wait till you see these gorgeous cards. I think, Justin, you meant to send this one. It says, hello, friend Catherine. That's what I think it says. So you may not get it back. Anyways, I love them. So beautiful. And he's also shared video on how to create the Hello Friend. I told you you'd see these fans again. Aren't they beautiful? Look at those party fans. And look how she's done this. So Mindy, these cards are beautiful. Lots of layers, lots of dimension, bright and beautiful. Charlene Madrid, oh, you are amazing. You're amazing. Look at the dimension in this card. They're all so beautiful. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to give any of them back. I really didn't. And Enza, your use of color here. I love the tone on tone with the papers and, you know, the wider papers, and then the tone on tone with the enamel dots adds so much beautiful dimension. And then look at that rainbow of happy right there. Friend, you are my rainbow, it says. Love them. Love those. And then, as I told you, Marisha's cards, bold, bright, and beautiful. And she just nailed this. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Double page delights. So we had some double pagers. So always something that people love. Double pages. So we've got prom date, Wendy Sue and a prom date. We've got memory keeping, Jess doing, and really an amazing, amazing, sorry. I just saw Jack come in the studio and I'm like, what's happening? So amazing pocket page. And then Ashley New did this gorgeous one of Family at Easter. So be sure to check those out. Love them. Bella Boulevard, you know, has got also a dog and cat line. Check those out. Love those. LDRS, love how she always shoots these in a window and love these gorgeous cards. So yes, a lot of florals, but really 'tis the season, my friends. And then of course, Paige's page, gorgeous. And the focus was using loads of pattern paper, which is never a problem for Paige, ever, ever. But all the stitching she's done with these butterflies and just so much movement and dimension and round photo. Love that. Love, love, love. All right, that takes us into, well, Trinity Stamps, which you saw on Susan's card. Lots of that card was by Trinity Stamps or featuring product from Trinity Stamps, but always something great. Their embellishments are fantastic. Make sure you check them out. And then here's our inspiration gallery. And we always say this is we love this because this is our readers. This is the readers that are submitting to us. We get anywhere from 500 to 800 an issue. Of love going through them all. This one on the cover, this was Allie Skifton. And this is why, friends, you don't have your box, because I had to show this off. Again, I love the circles, love the movement, love all of the extra touches. Truly beautiful. And if you know Allie, you know that if there is a beautiful place to take a photo, she is going to find it in every city. Truly, I love them. Love them, love them. So this is great. So we can go through this whole section. I think we do 8 or 9 pages here, and this is all from our readers. And so love that they continue to support us. They continue to share their artwork with us, and then we get to share, you know, some of our selected favorites. Goodness knows I wish we had 48 pages and we could show them all, but Lisa Forrest, we loved this one of Your Flower Garden. Rachel Kleinman, that is just a gorgeous card. Loved the color right against the black on this layout. That was gorgeous. Betsy, look at that card. I love it. Does that just scream summer? It does. I love it so much. Sophie Delorme, who I had the pleasure of seeing a few weeks ago at our event. Beautiful. Tracy Ware, Betsy Lewitsky. We've watched these girls grow up for years. Love sharing her work. Cindy, this was really fun. This was a really fun layout, actually. These are a few of my favorite things, and these are a few of my least favorite things. Have you ever thought about doing a layout like that? Like, that's inspiring. You know, what are some of the things that you don't love, you know, that everyone thinks you should love? And you're like, nope, not for me. I think it's really fun to do a layout that kind of has both your favorites, maybe your least favorites. Love that. Tisa Brown, this is gorgeous. Really, you know, really is beautiful how you put that together. So love it so much. And of course, Stephanie Gerlot, and then of course Nicole Martel, whose layout you saw as one of our cover tries, also did this beautiful tag book. Looking for a great card event, Spellbinders Weekender event. I think it is now sold out on their website, but you can check with your local stores because I know that they may have some kits left. So this is an event coming up May 30th, 31st, and just look at those. I mean, those have got to be Amalfi lemons for sure. I'm sure of it. So beautiful. Citrus Spritz, it's called. Yes, gorgeous. So this is their weekender event happening on May 30th and 31st. And the teachers, Jennifer McGuire, JC Gaspar, our very own art director, Kathy Z, Sandon Hugh, Shannon Pelletier, Yanis Mikula, and Kim Kesty are your teachers joining you for that. Scrapbook Adhesives, where would we be without them? Honestly, where would we be without them? Here's our store directory. So looking where to find the magazine and actual copy. If you don't have a subscription, you can look right here. And this is your beautiful store directory. And then also an advertiser directory as well. Picket Fence, they've got some news they wanted to share. So be sure to check this out. They've got some news in their business. Alta New, the new shimmer and texture paste, the Relief Shimmer Relief Paste. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, oh, there's this with love. So this is the new Butterfly, Butterfly Wishes. I always want to say Butterfly Kisses. I think it's Butterfly Wishes. I think. Anyways, look at that beautiful shadow box frame that they created for us. Go up. All right, I'm going up, Douglas. Isn't that beautiful? I know. There we go. Oh, look, now it's straight. So absolutely beautiful. Tanya, thank you for making that for us. And then we're almost at the end, friends, but before we go, want a little look at Kathy Zilski's studio? Well, she's giving you a little studio spotlight here, which we love. Also free extras. Here's a list of a little checkbox so you can actually go through the issue. Let's see, can we see those check boxes? Yep, so you can check down and so you can see, okay, there's a video here, a download here. So this is your checklist to go through. We're on YouTube, as you know, because you're here with us. And then, of course, Paige always gives us a bonus cut file. So you can go on our website and download that cut file. Back cover is Concord and Ninth, introducing their 2025 color collection, Brickyard Pimento, Starfruit, Plumberry, Lakefront, and Pistachio. So really adding more to their colors. Who can tell us how many colors does Concord and Ninth have? Let's see. I know I've got some Concord and Ninth friends here. So how many colors do they have now? I'm going to say it's 65, maybe 65. And then blessing the back cover always, oh, it is Butterfly Kisses. It's not Butterfly Wishes, Butterfly Kisses. Gracing the back cover, I think for our 17th year, is our dear friends at Doodlebug. So featuring this amazing collection that made that. Isn't that amazing? All right. There it is, friends. Issue 75. So very, very exciting. What I always say, it was to be a 5-year project. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm getting a note that says to thank Gloria Parra for the wonderful cookies that she sent in her box when she sent her artwork. I did thank her by way of a message, but Jack says, Gloria, to thank you once again, publicly and live here, for those amazing cookies. So, but yes, issue 75, what was to be a 5-year project, you know, when I look back to 2005, when kind of the issue was, you know, over a late night dinner. I'm sure many of you have heard the story. A late night dinner, Jack and I having a conversation about me being in a scrapbook store, and you know, conversation went a lot of places, but 4 hours later, I was starting a magazine, and it was really going to be a 5-year project. It was kind of, I had littles that were just going into grade 1, and you know, mom wanted something to do, and here we are 19 years later, and we're here because of you, because of our readers. Our community, our advertisers and sponsors, our amazing team, editor, art director, copy editor, creative editor. you know, Megan, who handles all of our online social content, Becky, who's our engagement coordinator. It really, it takes a huge team. My right hand on who's been with me since the beginning, Jen Walker, honestly is the one that gets this issue online, gets all of these, you know, things in place on the back end, handles so much of it. You know, yes, we do the photography and yes, I consult on some of it, but goodness knows this issue is far bigger than me. And it really is an incredible team that, that we're blessed. I think one of the greatest in the industry. Yeah, they do get better and better. I think, yeah, I think it's kind of amazing. So Angela's thinking that Concord has 60. So Concord and Ninth Colors. So yeah. And thank you, Gina, truly the best. It really is. I really am blessed, friends. So I want to thank you again for joining. And if you're watching on replay, amazing. I'm going to go off script here. And if you've left a comment and you're not a member of our team or one of our advertisers who's on here, we're going to give away a $75 gift card. You know what? We're going to give away two $75 gift cards because, you know, I can never give one. We've always got to have a friend. I mean, that's what this community is about. So leave a comment. And if you're watching on replay, I will choose, let's say Monday night at midnight. Monday night at midnight. I think that might be May 5th. Is that the 5th? For the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Yes. Monday, May 5th at midnight Eastern time. We're going to scroll through the comments randomly and we're going to choose two winners to win a $75 gift card to the SCT website. So I know, Jen, I didn't tell you that, but guess what? That's what's happening. So anyways, friends, thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Yes. International Scrapbook Day. Thank you, Douglas, for putting that up. A full day of inspiration. We really do have a full day of inspiration and sponsors. So we've got videos. So we've got Becky Adams, Megan Andrew, Natalie D'Souza, Brianna Estrella, all doing amazing process videos. And as well, we have sponsors. So we've got prizes from scrapbook.com, from Simple Stories, Spellbinders, 49 and Market, Dual Bug Design, and I think us as well. So super, super excited to gather with everybody tomorrow in our community and just have some fun together. So I hope you'll tune in. Megan has put together an incredible day with our team. And we are so looking forward to, you know, just hanging out. So be sure to, we have a sketch challenge up on our blog, and you can upload those sketches to our Facebook group, the Scrapbook and Cards Today Facebook group. I think we've got 15,000 members in there. So I hope we're all going to get busy creating tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing your work in there. And if you're not creating tomorrow, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And again, everybody, thanks for celebrating issue 75 with us. Really, truly is an exciting time. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, if you're watching on replay, thanks for joining us. And I will see you next time.